thrive. Today's competition isn't just about public speaking, it's about raising your voice for a cause. Set against two powerful observances, the International Day Against Drug Abuse and the International Day in the support of victims of torture. This platform empowers you to speak up for justice, dignity, and change. We are deeply honored to have Advocate Akash Mahi sir, Associate at Naval and Associates, and a practicing lawyer in the Honorable Supreme Court of India, as our esteemed judge today. He is a seasoned legal professional with appearances before the Supreme Court of India, Delhi High Court, and various tribunals. He also serves as an empaneled advocate for Kurukshetra University. He is a graduate from Campus Law Center, University of Delhi. With a background in journalism and a master's in mass communication, he brings a rare blend of legal insight and communication expertise to our panel. I would also like to take a moment to introduce the team behind Career Creation. Advocate Akansha Bhardwaj ma'am, founder and academic head, an expert in women's laws and actively associated with the District Commission for Women. Advocate Akash Shashank Shukla, mentor, a practicing lawyer in the High Court and District Court, Delhi. Handling diverse legal matters, he is also associated with an NGO that provides free legal aid services. My name, Chetna Manchani. I'm the content head and also a law student. Together, this dynamic team brings the vision of career creation to life, and I'm truly grateful for the dedication and passion. We're also proud to share that Career Creation actively conducts various training and awareness sessions on prevention of sexual harassment and protection of children from Sexual Offences Act, that is POSH and POSCO. With due permission from Deputy Director of Education, we've been delivering these sessions in government schools across Delhi, aiming to create a safer and a more well informed environment for children and for educators. Let us now begin this exciting journey of voices, thoughts, and ideas. I encourage each and every participant to speak with confidence and purpose. Remember, this is your platform, your voice, and your moment. And now, to guide us further and share a few words of wisdom, I would like to invite our esteemed judge for today's event, Advocate Akash Mahi sir, to kindly address the participants.
Hello, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
I extend my great thanks to the organizers, Shashank and Chetna, and I wish all the students all the very best for the competition. Be very confident, be loud, be clear, and enjoy the process. All the very best.
I would request you all to please switch on your cameras. It's compulsory to switch on your cameras for a fair competition. And Durga Kiran, please get ready. You've received your topic in the chat box.
Yes. I think the first participant, whose topic has been already given, she is not present here. So we'll start with Durga Kiran. As we all know that we are here to provide a 5 minutes for practicing, preparing time. So Durga Kiran, you definitely, as we were waiting for Aisha Khatun, she is not here, I think. So we will begin with Durga Kiran by 4:15, and I request everyone, please
Sure, sir.
switch on your camera so that a fair competition can be done. Thank you so much. just I am going to tell the rules, as you already aware that what are the rules, but just I'm going to repeat it once again. Every participant will get 3 minutes to speak, and 5 minutes prior for their preparation, as Durga is topic has been already given, so she is preparing. I think as Aisha Khatun has not joined, so it's completely discretion of our esteemed judge to decide whether she should be disqualified or what to be it's completely discretion of the sir. So I cannot speak on it. So Durga Kiran, you will begin. You have to begin in 2 minutes. Rest all the participants. I request you kindly be switch on your camera, and if you have any doubt apart from Durga Kiran, you may ask, or then just we are waiting for time and we'll begin. Is it okay? Any doubt? You may raise your hands to ask your doubts. Durga, you can start.
So, am I audible? Hello.
Please start. Yes, you're audible.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Durga Kiran, a second year law student. And my topic, as assigned, is the role of parenting in drug prevention. So, to understand the role of parenting, usually children never listen to parental advice. It's always like a argument sort of a situation when parents start to advise. But what we can understand is that when we talk about drug prevention, we often think about laws, rehabilitation centers, and awareness campaigns which are going around in every possible location. But how is it really preventing it? Because uh, parental control of drug abuse is like what starts in like your living room, and like how you treat your child like with care, affection, and love is not what is enough according to like reports. Because when we look at the reports of the 2023 reports of the World Drug Report of 2023, so we can see about 60% of adolescent drug users were first exposed online because of lack of parental awareness. Because we can see even sixth grade kids with iPhones and social media handles, and the media is not helping enough because we can see drug abuse is a very common thing as shown in movies and series. Kids on young adults get influenced very easily through such online and social media platforms. uh, Parents Parents, in my opinion, should go beyond supervision, as they must understand that online influence, peer pressure is a matter of worrying in this age, because a lot of youth get into drug abuse because of peer pressure. It's mostly like, my friends do it, why can't I try it once? And this trial goes on to be fatal for many. And healthy communication is very important. Well, like, when we see a lot of families lack open communication, parents are often usually so busy with their own world that they lack to communicate with their children. And they I feel like they lack open communication, which is very important for, especially for the children who are going through such abuse. They need to know that they're in a safe space to communicate. And also, people need to understand their emotions as well, why they went into that phase of life. And honestly, in my opinion, prevention of drug abuse doesn't begin at rehabilitation centers. It should start from home. Because once you know that you're in a safe environment, that's when you'll understand that I can talk to my parents about anything. And if something is going wrong, then they would understand it. And yeah, I would like to conclude that if we empower families and parents, that would be the right tools, because always the first education starts at home. So we should start parental protection against drug abuse. Thank you.
Sir, shall I start?
Yes, you may switch on your camera, and you have a 1 more minutes. 1 more minutes.
Thank you, sir.
If you,
So,
if you're if you
okay.
if you're willing to start, you may.
Sir, I need 1 minute
You
more.
may. That time is over. It's 4:20. Time is over. Your time starts now.
Okay, sure, sir, sure. I was. Good morning, judges and all my fellow participants. So, sir, today's my topic is the Indian legal system equipped to prevent custodial torture. Let us start with a quote. The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most valuable member. This is quote given by Mahatma Gandhi. India, the world's largest democracy, prides itself on justice and equality. Yet, behind the locked doors of police station, a darker question arises. Are we truly equipped to prevent custodial torture? Let's talk about the real case of Jayaraj and Benix. It is a case of Tamil Nadu 2020 here. A father and son picked up for a minor lockdown violation, brutally tortured, and both dead within 24 hours. The public outrage was immense. Yet, this wasn't a one off. According to NHRC, National Rights Commission, India records 2,152 custodial deaths in 2022 and 23, almost 6 deaths per year. Now let's ask, is our legal system equipped? Yes, on paper, yes. The Constitution guarantees Article 81 of the Constitution, the right to life, and Article 20, subsection 3, protection against self-incrimination. It is a famous case of DK Basu, the state of West Bengal, landmark judgment given that crucial arrest and detention guidelines, including informing relatives, medical examination, etc. But in reality, our system falters. We signed the UN Convention Against Torture in 1997, but after 27 years later, India still hasn't ratified it. The Prevention of Torture Bill, that is came on 2010, was introduced, then silently buried. So let's talk about the real examples. In Uttar Pradesh, 2023, 24 years old Altaf, accused of eloping, was found hanging in custody. Police claim it was a suicide using a drawstring and a jacket. The postmortem report raised doubts. And there's another example of Assam. A 50 years old man arrested for theft was death in police custody. The family claimed his body has severe bruises and not even like they are notified for a proper funeral. This is an example of Mumbai. A sanitation worker was beaten inside a lockup simply for refusing to confess for a theft he didn't commit. So, what's missing? There is standalone anti torture law. Police often protect their own. Judicial inquiries are delayed. Despite Paramveer Singh Saini versus Baljit Singh, this is a 2020 case, a landmark case, which insisted that CCTV installation in all police stations. Yet, cameras are either non-functional or mysteriously turned off during incidents. So, what are the solutions for this? We need faster move track codes for custodial violence, a robust anti-torture law for with clear punishment, and most importantly, regular trained focus human rights and de-escalation, non-domination. So I ended, and I want to end with a quote. As B.R. Ambedkar said, however good a constitution may be, it is sure to turn out bad if those who are called to work happen to be a bad law. So, yes, our legal system has the tools, but what it needs is a political will, public pressure, and moral clarity to use them. Until then, justice will remain confined to courtrooms, while custodial torture continues behind closed doors. Thank you, Judge.
Next will be Vanchika Minocha.
Hi, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1. First of all, I would like to mention that torture is not only a violation of a right, but it is a betrayal of humanity altogether. Torture is a aspect that directly hampers and directly attacks human rights, and the violation of human rights cannot go unattended. My topic for today is legal and social reforms that can help in prevention of torture altogether. So, first of all, talking legally. Legally, there is a convention that is made by the United Nations that defines torture and also helps in prevention of it. But overall, in India especially, there is no proper provision that ensures any kind of prevention of torture. The legal reform that is needed today for the prevention of torture altogether is the criminalization of torture as a domestic law altogether, which should include punishing of the person who conducts such a heinous crime altogether, and also it should also be specific and a punishable offense for because it has been done in other countries like the UK and the South Africa and etc. Also, there should be implementation of the conventions that the UN has already defined, such as the United Nations Convention to Address Torture. And as also, I would like to mention the theme of this year's Prevention of Torture Day happens to be healing by rehabilitation, coming to the social reform. So, rehabilitation should help in healing of the torture, the people who went through such a heinous torture, or people who as multiple examples exist where people were killed without any reasons in police custodies, without giving any ratification, and without even letting their families get their bodies, which is a very renowned form of torture. There are other forms of torture that people go through and violate human rights of those people, as well as there is no judicial provision that ensures prevention of such torturous behavior by people. Even in multiple cases that it has come now and again that there should be detention of people and also rehabilitation of people who go through such things. For socially speaking, there is one essential thing that is we need to keep in mind is the protection of the people or whistleblowers or people who were witness to such tortures, because if they are not protected they will never come up and speak against such torture, and those are the people who are the main reason that helps in prevention of torture, that bring out the torturous activities and inform the authorities about it. So their protection becomes a very essential thing, and their education also becomes an essential thing. So the job of the social workers like NGO owners or other human right awareness campaigns should be to educate them. They should know that their one word or their one witness can help someone saving someone's life altogether, and there should be protection of these also on a legal basis, as in the police should not pressurize these people, or police there should be detention of police who actually conduct such actions against people who are witnesses or the people in general with such torturous activities. Also, I would like to say that the participation of society altogether is what is going to help in prevention of torture altogether. It cannot be done with one single person moving up and saying something. It has to be a combined effect of all the people altogether, which can involve awareness, education, as well as criminalization of torture altogether. And this criminalization should also define a proper punishment which will uh, be a force that would prevent people from conducting such crimes in future. And because it is not a crime as defined in our legal system, people are free and people do not fear committing such actions which are directly in violation of human rights of people. So the United Nations Convention should be taken into consideration. Legal reforms and social reforms should be made for the same, and prevention, punishment, and compensation is what is required to ensure that torture is prevented altogether. Thank you.
Next, Vanshika Minocha. You may join. You may start.
Right. Am I perfectly audible and visible to everybody?
Yes.
Sure. I'll be beginning in the self count of three, two, one. It was rightly said by Kurt Cobain that drugs are a waste of time. They destroy your memory and your self respect and everything that goes along with your self esteem. Greetings to one and all present here today. I am Vanshika Minocha, and today I stand before you to speak about an extremely vicious cycle that silently cripples our youth and shakes the very foundation of our nation: substance abuse and unemployment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with a very stark truth. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, unemployed individuals are twice as likely to abuse drugs compared to those who are employed. Strange fact, but true. But the reverse is also true in the same case. Substance abuse often leads to job loss. It's a cycle where one feeds the other. Think of it like a leaking boat. Unemployment is the hole, the substance abuse is the water flooding in it. If we don't patch the hole and bail the water, what happens is the boat sinks. So, how do we patch this? Let's take the case of Punjab. Now, once known as the bread basket of India, it now fights a grim battle. Over 75% of youth in some districts are reportedly addicted to drugs, according to AIMS. Now, this not only kills productivity, but burdens their families and drains all over state resources. Now, talking about the legal aspects, legally in India, India has the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, the 1985 Act that we all are aware about. But yet, the stark reality, the truth that nobody talks about is that enforcement is weak. Rehabilitation is still very poorly funded. Nobody talks about that, and nobody is willing to talk about that either. Programs like Skill India offer employment, but lack integration with de addiction efforts. We have multiple programs in India and abroad. But what we lack is the implementation. One thing that the government and the society as whole needs to talk about more. Let's take, for instance, Portugal now. In 2001, they decriminalized drug abuse and invested in job training and therapy. What was the result? Substance abuse rates fell and unemployment rose. That's a model we must study. And this is not just about policy that we are talking about, it's about the mindset that we as a society try to crave for. We often criminalize the user, not the cause. Addiction is not just a crime, it's a cry for help. Now, to conclude, let me leave you with this. If we want to stop our youth from lighting a joint out of despair, we must hand them a job offer and a future instead. Let us all treat unemployment and substance abuse not as two very different problems, but one fight, and let us win it together. Thank you so much. Very, very proud to propose.
Next, Priyanka.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So today I've been given the topic to talk about something that very powerful that influences so many youth of our country, the young lives. That is peer pressure, and how often it becomes a gateway to use drugs. So let's be honest, most of the young people don't like wake up one day and think like let's do drugs or something. The journey begins much earlier, often with a desire to fit in, to be accepted from the other people, to be accepted or to appear cool in front of other people or their friends and colleagues. And that's where peer pressure quietly creeps in. It starts with small things like maybe a cigarette at a party or a small sip of alcohol, just to avoid other people from being laughed at, and also following the group because everyone's doing it. Soon this curiosity turns into a habit, and habit becomes a dangerous addiction. So why peer pressure is so effective? Because the fear of rejection is stronger than fear of the consequences that it can lead to. Many youth of our country lack the confidence and the support system to say no. And in moments of weakness, they make choices that they ultimately regret later. And let us not blame only the individuals. We must also question the environment. Are we teaching the youth of our country about healthy boundaries? Are our schools and the our environment providing us safe spaces to talk about the real issues like stress, loneliness, or self-worth without having the feeling of being shamed or judged? So often drug use is a symptom of much deeper social problem and a cry for validation, attention, or escape from the pain that youth is struggling currently. So now coming to what could be the possible solution for it. It begins with awareness and courage. That is, we must empower the youth to value themselves beyond the opinions of others. Like the others do not matter to anybody at all. Saying no should be seen as a strength and not as some weakness or a shame. We must also promote open conversations where people can address their issues, their problems that they are facing currently, their other loneliness or anything openly, and celebrate individuality over conformity. So, in conclusion, peer pressure is real, but it is also not like unstoppable. With right guidance, confidence, and community, young people can make better choices and walk away from paths that could lead to harm or danger in the future. Because fitting in should never come at the cost of losing yourself. Thank you.
Okay. So next we'll start at uh, 41. And am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So I request everyone like please focus on your timing. Like whatever when you are delivering the speech, make sure that you have 3 minutes given. and you have to conclude these in 3 minutes. So next participants Surya Narayanan. Am I audible?
Hi, I have not received any topic.
Please look into the chat box. It has been already sent at 4:34.
I'm really sorry. I'm in public transport right now, so I'm not able to hear you. So could you just repeat that?
Uh, can you please look at the chat box?
It's in the chat box. 1 minute. Could I get a minute to prepare? Really sorry for the delay.
Yes, you can utilize your time till 4:41, not more than that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, sir, anything we can like share a message to participants?
Yeah, sure. I mean, all of you are doing very, very well. And I mean, when do we start the next one?
Sorry.
When do we start the next participant?
Surya will be last.
Acha. Surya will be the last.
Yeah, Surya Narayanan will be the last, and
Oh,
we like she will begin at 4:41.
right. Fair enough. She's in a public transport. Well, all things that quote competitions, thinking spontaneously on your feet. This will really equip you to handle all challenges when you enter the real professional world. And it's been a great time listening to all of you, and you all are doing fabulous. I wish the next participant also the best of luck. Yeah, I think there's one more minute.
Yeah, definitely. So, I think this kinds of experience of like speaking spontaneously is a good platform if we are creating such kinds of environment throughout the law student. I think new ideas can be available in the society, and things can be
Definitely.
changed. So
And you know what happens is that such topics are not very you just get 2-3 minutes to prepare, and they're not very everyday topic. They require a very detailed analysis if you want to speak for 3 minutes. It is not very easy, but I've been as I've been seeing, all the participants are doing a very good job. And when I was a student, I also used to take part, and it really helped me back in the days. So great. Lovely.
yes, definitely, definitely. Now, Surya, you can start. The time is over.
All
And
right. Am I audible and visible?
yeah, you are eligible. Your time will begin when there will be one, two, three. One, two, three.
Could you repeat that? Every single movie that we see in theaters right now have at least one of the following things: drugs, sex, or both of the above. The reason why is because, as the old saying goes, even how explicit it is, sex sells. And social media and OTT platforms have been the biggest drivers of making people aware that such drugs exist in the first place. Words such we would have never known before are now such commonplace that we cannot help but know about more about drugs than we ever would have before. The Information and Broadcasting Ministry of India has pointed out how OTT platforms have a code of ethics to follow, and they should not be promoting, glamorizing such things such as drug abuse, even though it is explicitly prohibited under the NDPS Act. We get a small, tiny font warning saying us that all these things depicted are just for the movie only, but the consequences of them are definitely beyond the silver screen. How does social media and OTT platforms and the content that we consume affect our inclination towards drugs? It's simple and it can be summarized in one word: desensitization. The more and more that we are exposed to the aspect of drugs, what drugs can do, and the enjoyment that one can get out of drugs, the more likely people are to seek them out, even if it is just to experience that once. We have drugs such as cannabis being promoted as something that is relaxing for the mind, and people can use it in times of stress relief. In colleges and campuses, it has become commonplace to have at least one person who knows a dealer who's selling these kind of drugs. When before this would have been such a taboo topic, it has come to the point where it is expected that college students will smoke such drugs at least once. And for that, I'd say that OTT platforms must take some responsibility. Even though they provide the content warnings, we cannot control the content that is being consumed by the people who are watching these shows. When it comes to social media as well, we see people selling drugs on WhatsApp. We see Instagram stories promoting the sale of these drugs. And we think to ourselves, oh, I could never be that. I would never fall for that. But the reality is that the more we are exposed to it, the more likely we are to fall for it. And that is why it is important to talk about the consequences of having drugs and the consequences of the drugs that we consume. And it seems that OTTs and other shows are trying to cover that aspect as well. But it is often overlooked or it is not understood by the audience that they are aiming at. However, I would also like to point out the counter of social media and OTT platforms and shows being a positive aspect to prevent addiction as well. They are places where people can seek out advice without the prospect of being judged by anybody. OTT shows can offer you an insight into the mindset of a person who is suffering from a drug addiction or any other addiction, and you feel a sympathy towards them, and you learn and empathize with what they are going through. But that is a very rare percentage because the reality is that most of these shows are just looking to make money, and we are the most popular commodity that they can buy. So it is essential that regulations must be placed on the content that is being put out. It is not censorship so much as awareness. People must be aware about what they are consuming and not consume what they see on screens. So social media and OTT is always going to be a double-edged sword. But when it comes to addiction, we must ensure that addicts are supported and people who are in the susceptible to such drugs are not facing any difficulties. Thank you.
Thank you to each and every participant for joining and for enlightening us with your words. Before we conclude today's session, we would like Akash Mahi sir to just highlight how the participants did and speak a few words about today's event.
Well, thank you, Chetna. I'll begin by just saying that it's truly been a pleasure to be a part of this vibrant and inspiring online extempore competition, and I extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every student who participated today, to the organizers and everyone involved with it. Your confidence, clarity of thought, spontaneity, and I'm speaking this for everyone, is it was truly commendable. It's just not a competition, I would say. It is a very important life skill. It sharpens your thinking. With time, it improves your communication and prepares you to express yourself very, very clearly in real life situations for your future, where you will not perhaps get so much time to prepare. And I would be failing if I don't tell you that you all demonstrated how capable and articulate you all are, and I genuinely applaud all your efforts. And each one of you brought something very unique. All the points, I was listening to them very, very carefully. Somehow made certain notes also to just see what all you are talking on. Slight snippets of what you said was very, very, relevant. And I was thinking, had I got 3 minutes to speak, would I be able to do that? Perhaps that's a question I would not like to ponder upon now. And I would just say that keep participating, keep expressing, and never stop growing. And it was great to be a part of this event.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, as we draw this wonderful event to a close, I would like to invite the founder of our team, Ms. Akansha, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of Team Career Creation, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for making today's extempore event a great success. A special thank you to Akash sir for joining us and guiding our participants with your valuable insights and also taking out time to judge today's session. Your presence truly added immense value, and we are genuinely grateful. Let's keep learning, growing, and creating the change together. Thank you. Over to you, Sashank.
Okay, thank you so much, Akansha. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, sir, for joining this session. Just I want to say like how career creation actually works. Career creation is an educational platform to provide legal education. That is our idea to not just make the path of the legal education to classroom to courtroom only. We are planning to bring the law, bring the practical kinds of law into the real society, to tackle these like legal issues, because we believe that law is a certain tool that is not only to be used just after some mishappening or like some offense or some crime has been done. Law is such a strong tool that is actually should be used to prevent the law, like prevent the offenses. So just keeping this idea in our mind, we are providing some training sessions on like POXO. We are providing some training sessions on POSH Act. Along with that, we are moving into the school institutions with the permissions of the government schools and other departments, so that we can teach to the students that what are the importance of the law and how you can be prevented from these things. And I think such event will encourage to students to join us, and definitely as sir join us, uh, we together can create an environment through which we can deliver something that is a meaningful, that should not be limited into our books only. Because हम लोग like we are advocates, हम आगे चल के we will be some will move into the courtrooms where we have to practice a lot of things. But why not we should start in our classrooms, like from our classrooms. I think that can really make the change. With this idea, we just created career creation. Again, I would like to thanks to sir to just you joined by just saying ki sir aap aa jaएं, and you just take your valuable time and you joined. I hope that you people enjoy this session, and definitely will keep keeping such kinds of events in upcoming days. And the results will be announced as it will be the next day, that is tomorrow. Your results has been recorded by the sir. Thank you so much, everyone. Chetna, over to you. Thank you, sir, once again.
I would like to thank Sir again for joining and to all the participants again for joining. It was a very meaningful session.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks. And it was great listening to all of you. You guys are doing very, very well. And you guys are young law students. I wish you all the very best. I had a great, great time here judging you all. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sir.
Thank you, sir.